that, and then keep one end of it tight and the other loose, and you create a cone. See that? Just keeping that really tight at one corner, and there you have a cone shape. And then just tape that into position to keep all those loose ends nicely tucked in. Just tape it twice there, and then place the cone down so that this flap at the bottom, it's a bit like a tongue, sits on the bottom, there like that, and then place your croc's head so that this folded bit sticks up like that, and that flappy tongue at the bottom just fits snugly under the bottom jaw. And then just press it together and tape it thoroughly into place. Now you need to use lots of tape for this. I'm just doing it really quickly to show you here. Put a bit of tape on there, like that, so that it all stays in shape. And then give your crocodile a thump on the back, because crocodiles' backs are actually flat. And then at the tail, bend the whole thing in half, like that, and then fold it back on itself again, so you're creating a sort of zigzag shape, which gives you the shape of your crocodile. See that? A zigzag-shaped tail. Now, to add some crocky-like features, just scrunch up 2 balls of newspaper and just stick those to the top of that folded up bit for eyes, and then roll up 2 sausages of newspaper big enough to fit underneath the body, like that, so that they stick out at the sides for feet or legs. And then here's a good idea. Look at this. You could cut out little cardboard teeth, or even, look at those, cardboard claws. I'm just going to put those on the end of the feet. And when you're putting on the teeth, don't forget, on the croc, the bottom teeth, or the teeth on the bottom jaw, stick up, and the teeth on the top jaw stick down, like that. Do the same all the way around the jaw with your cardboard teeth. Put claws on all 4 feet, and put loads of tape onto your croc, and it'll look something like that. And look at that, that's quite strong now with all those features on. Then mix some PVA glue, the ordinary white school glue that you get in the squidgy bottles, in equal parts with water. And then, yes, you've guessed it, slop it onto your crocodile and just lay in some strips of kitchen roll or tissue paper into the glue, and then just paste those down like that. And the idea is to cover the whole crocodile, inside the mouth, outside, underneath the croc, in 2 layers of kitchen roll or tissue paper, and just press it into all those nooks and crannies around the claws and everything. And when you've covered the whole croc in 2 layers of this glue and tissue mixture, leave it to one side to dry overnight, and when it's dry, look at that, it's gone rock hard and it feels all leathery. And to bring it to life, a little bit of poster paint or acrylic paint, nice bright colours, greens and yellows, I think, nice bright cartoony colours, and paint the whole thing, top and bottom, inside and out. And when your paint is dry, you can add on some more detail. And that's what I've done with this one. Look at this. I've got a nice bright green colour on his back, and I've done yellow underneath, and red, of course, inside his mouth. Mustn't put my finger in there. And you've got these nice bright white teeth, white eyes, and I've even put on some detail with black felt tip pen, a little permanent marker there on the eyes and on the back for scales, and painted these little claws in there, and there he is. Very nice too. Your own ferocious pet for your own house. Try it yourself. A snap-happy croc.
Hello! Yes, it's me, the head. Now, to make a fantastic crocodile like that, you need to roll up half a small newspaper and bend it around to make the head. Roll back the end that sticks out and tape it for the snout. Make a cone shape out of the other half of the newspaper and place the head on the end of the cone so that the folded bit sticks up and the flap fits the bottom jaw. Tape into place and thump the back flat and bend the tail. Add newspaper eyes and feet and stick on some card teeth and claws. Cover everything in a layer of tissue using PVA mixed with a bit of water. When it's dried, paint it using acrylic or poster paint to get your very own snap-happy crocodile. You don't need to feed it. You don't need to clean it out. That's what I call the perfect pet.
Come on. There you go. Yep, windy day, perfect for a big heart attack. When you're creating a picture, do you sometimes have difficulty trying to decide which art materials to use? I mean, there are so many of them. Pens, pencils, crayons, wax crayons, chalks, pastels, coloured paper, white paper. And yet, they're all good for different things. Well, here's a bit of fun. Why not use all of them? A sort of mixed materials picture. OK, what about the good old pencil? Now, the great thing about pencils is you can just sketch very quickly with them and put in rough shapes of your picture. And then when you've actually finished your picture, if you're not too happy with the shapes, you can alter them. You can even rub the pencil out at the end. And what about the good old paint? Well, the obvious thing that's good about paint is that you can cover big areas with colour very quickly. And I'm just using ordinary watercolour paint. Of course, the disadvantage to paint is you've got to wait for it to dry. That should be OK. It's quite hot in here anyway. That's it. OK, what about marker pens? Well, again, the obvious advantage to marker pens is that you can cover big areas very quickly. And if you use permanent markers, they go over absolutely anything. And as well as covering big areas, you can also do fine detail. See if you can guess what I'm doing. Yeah, you've got it. And what about these things? Water-soluble pencils. Well, the great thing about water-soluble pencils is you can just use them as normal pencils. And it's just a case of drawing with them normally. Or you can brush on some water and get a really watery, well, watercolour effect, actually. Water turns them to watercolour. And it's great for atmospheric pictures like this or watery effects. And what about one of my favourites, chalk? Great for just adding highlights to things, just down the edge of things where the light is shining. Just picking out those highlights there. Another thing chalk's great for, of course, is smudging. And finally, let's not forget the good old ballpoint pen. Great for doing fine detail. And there it is. Try it yourself, a mixed materials picture.
Hi, my name's Kelly. This grass collage was created by using lots of different types of scrap: cloth, felt, tassels and knitting. The bees I made also had buttons and beads as eyes.
Hello, my name is Esme. I used chalks and lots of thick gooey paint to colour in my cat and gave it a huge smile to make it look naughty.
Hi, my name is Shane and I made an unofficial fan club poster for my favourite football team. I cut out photographs of the players and stuck them onto the page. I coloured the rest of the poster in using the team's colours, blue with black and white stripes.
Yes, great art attacks. And what about that unofficial fan club? Well, in fact, you can invent your own club or gang. All you need is your own do-it-yourself club membership card. Try this. Cut a small rectangle of thick paper or thin card, any colour you like, and just round off the corners with some scissors very carefully, and then just cut a small photograph of yourself to fit in the top right-hand corner. Then take a thin black felt tip pen and just go around the four corners of your photograph. Now, a photo booth photo is a perfect size for this, or you can trim up an old photograph of yourself. But just draw around the four corners like that. Move the photograph out of the way, then take a pencil and ruler and just very carefully draw 4 lines down the left-hand side, spaced equally apart. Now, this will just be a guide, so I'll just do them in pencil to start with, and you can do one line at the bottom there that's slightly longer for your signature later. And then on the left-hand side of each line, write things like your name, well, not your name, but name, you know, things that you get on club cards, and date of birth and signed and things like that. Do it as neatly as you can, because this will be a guide. And when you've done each line, just take your black felt tip pen again and go over the lines, but this time, see what I'm doing here? I'm leaving gaps in my writing so that when I rub out these pencil lines, you'll see the gaps and then make it look as if it's been printed and it's all official. And when you've done that, do some dots on the line just to create a dotted line. Do all 4 lines in exactly the same way, and when the ink is dry, rub out the pencil guides and you'll have something that looks like that. I've done name, DOB, date of birth, member and signed. And then it's just a case of filling it in like you would any club card. So name, that's me. And this time I'm using a different colour pen, just a ballpoint pen. And date of birth, October the 11th, hint, hint. Member, Art Attack Club. And signed by, well, me, I suppose. You could sign the bottom there, like that. And then just a dab of glue in there and stick your picture back on to identify yourself. And then to make it really official, you need to have it stamped. And the best way to do that is to just cut out a little circle of bread about the size of a coin, dip it into some red paint, ordinary poster paint, dab off the excess paint, get rid of all that excess, and then watch this. You just print it onto the bottom of your card like that. And now it's officially stamped. And to make it look really professional, when that paint is dry, you can back it on the front and back with sticky back plastic. Look at that, just to protect it. And you know, you can make you and your friends members of just about any club that you want to invent. Here's some of mine. How about this one? Look at that, there I am. I'm a member of the Friends of the Earthworm, a sort of animal friends club. And what about this one? There I am again. And this one is the Secret Gang. Oh yeah, I'm not going to tell you about that one. And what about this one? This is Football Supporters Club, my favourite footy team. Try it yourself, your own do-it-yourself club membership card. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ra!